Just never prepared, are you?
I am somewhat prepared. Maybe about 85%, James. I apologise that I'm not up to your standards. What are you going to do about it? You're going to keep me off the show, like before? You're going to do it again? Do whatever you want, I don't care. I'm going to take this with me, though. I've grown fond of the bell.
Train's the second map of this best of 3. Luminosity are 1-0 up after a very strong, expected, I would say, comeback on the CT side where they dropped very few rounds indeed. Good performance by NRG, though, don't you think?
Exactly. This is the thing, right? So with Luminosity, you can never predict them not to win. In an American league, because they're the major champions, James. For that reason, also just generally speaking, they're probably the most improved team of the year. I think that's fair to say, right? And generally speaking, with NRG, I feel like NRG are also a team where you can say, okay, they are much better than we expected, but it also feels like there's a lot of potential for growth because there doesn't seem to be as much turmoil within the team as maybe some other teams. It feels like they synergize well so far. You know, I would love to learn more about the inner workings of the team. I do profess not to have the deepest knowledge, but it does feel like the team is working, right? And so I'm very curious to see now on Train, which generally speaking tends to be their best map.
Yes, it is.
How they will fare against Luminosity, who are consistently drawn against Na'Vi. People continually draw comparisons between Na'Vi and Luminosity, and
that is so rude.
And Na'Vi are one of the best train teams in the world.
So simply walked into main and shot Justin in the face, and then walked out of main. And the same has happened to Peter, and the bomb has gone down this time as well. So NRG have not been off to a very good start here on the T side of Train. FNX has taken a chunk of damage, but he hasn't taken a chunk of death down.
There's no chunks of death here.
Well, maybe there are for NRG, who lose Gobby and lose LEGIJA, leaving Silence alone. He got himself one frag, shot in the back of the head. The coward's way out.
Whoa.
Well,
whoa.
That's not right, because it's the cowardly way to take someone out, but not the coward's way out, because he didn't take himself out, Dan. He was taken out from the back.
Why are you just flailing around with wild accusations as to the nature of these people, their character? What is this assault on their character, James?
He was taken out from the back, Dan.
From the back?
Indeed it was.
From the back?
Indeed it was. 2 players moving up towards Ivy. Cold is putting an aggressive smoke grenade in. Needs to be wary of a boost, however. Although, well, let's see what these 2 Ts are doing. They're not really working together at the moment. In fact, there is Justin simply walking past the angle in Ivy. And everyone's getting taken out, Dan. They're all dying one by one. Wow, silent. I mean, it's not often you see that. A 2-man with a P250, no armor, on an eco round. Nice little play by him. The P250 pays for itself and then some. And then he dies, Dan. They all die.
So there was this movie, and okay, so the silent that made the movie is not the silent that's playing in this game. This has been established, right?
The silence that made the movie. What does that? How am I supposed to know what that means?
Because you're interrupting me, so I can't finish the story. So therefore, you cannot know.
Well, that was the worst construction to a sentence I've seen since your last sentence, Dan.
Then okay, screw you. Then I'm not going to tell you.
What?
I'm going to tell you what I was going to say. You will now be out without this information.
To be honest, it didn't sound that juicy.
Okay, well, whatever. I don't care what you think.
Well, what was it?
I don't have to live up to your standards.
What was?
Okay, your impossible standards, James.
What was the gibberish that you were talking about? Please continue.
I don't feel like I can now, because you made it too much of a thing, and it's not really that. It's not really that important.
No, you have to say it now. Now you have to say it.
I was just going to say that. So there's a movie maker called Silent, and it's not the same Silent as is playing in this match. But he every time I see Silent's name, I think of that movie maker, because I'd always watch, whenever would do like DM or like bot DM or whatever I would do for aim warm up, I'd watch a movie that the other Silent made called Scream on Fire. And
how do you watch a movie while deathmatching? How's that even possible?
I have 2 monitors, James.
Yeah, but how can you watch a movie while trying to shoot people consistently?
I watched it previously. It would get me in the mood, hype me up.
But that's what music's for.
Yeah, but it has music as well. And so I can then have it in the background if I want.
I suppose you can have a film in the background.
You're just trying to nitpick. You're just one pedantic.
Well, no. How can you watch a movie and do deathmatch at the same time? Those 2 things just can't.
You are incredibly pedantic.
We'll come back to this. There's a man advantage. Leggy has gone down for the NRG side. Again, this is, you could argue, a strong map or one of NRG's stronger maps. Especially on the CT side. They do start on the T side, however, and they are up against what you have to say is the strongest team in North America. So,
not even North American, they are Brazilian as well.
Yeah, but they're in North America.
That's true. Just wanted to add that they are Brazilian.
They are Brazilian. Yeah.
I've never been to Brazil, but someday I hope to go. And right now, Luminosity are making this round look like it's an anti-eco because they are wrecking faces. It's just Silent busting out of the alley side of the map, who is providing any sort of resistance. But what resistance it is, he's got 3 kills already. Tacio is very low on health with 12. Fer is fully stocked up on the HP. He has yet to be touched. But Silent is looking to shoot them all.
That's unfortunate. He saw the shadow, tried to pre-fire, but Fer was crab walking with the AK and the crab walk. The crab walk.
James, in Vegas, I had the best crabs in the world. In Vegas. It was amazing.
You had the best crabs in the world?
Yes.
In Vegas?
They're like snow crabs or something. I don't know what they were. Magical snow crabs.
That sentence, Dan, could be misinterpreted.
At the hot and juicy crayfish, whatever it was. I took you there. The crab was amazing, was it not? It was good.
The food was amazing, yes.
The crab, specifically. I know you agree with me, because you told me that.
And just when you said that, I thought you had, I thought you had crabs, Dan.
That's not even a thing anymore.
Isn't it?
No, not really.
Was it ever a thing?
Yes, it was.
Over here?
I don't know. But not these days.
Little crabs.
Can we please not talk about crabs?
Where did they even come from?
I don't know. Why are you just dismantling what I'm saying in the most perverse way possible?
It just sounded...
Why do you have to be that guy? You've been difficult to work with recently, James. You've been quite difficult to work with recently. Oh dear. 5-0, a very good cleanup there of the eco from Luminosity. And to be honest, it's quite painful to play eco on this map as T side. It is painful. What do you do? I mean, if you want to invest in grenades, then you're in a situation where, I mean, maybe you can get the bomb down. Maybe you can get the bomb down if you're lucky, but if it's the B bomb site, which is the easier, more guaranteed site, it's very, very hard to actually survive. You're going to get naded to hell. If you go for the A side, you might not even get the bomb planted. It's very difficult, even with grenades. And then you've already made that investment of a lot of grenades to try to achieve that. So maybe you could just play more consistently and just say, we're going to probably fail maybe 50% of the time or less. Let's just not invest in the grenades and just eco. And just accept our fate. Let's have a a modicum of acquiescence to our situation, and let's just be like we're gonna die.
It's a solid it's a solid map for nades. That
it is
sure.
Like a good nade. We have the buyback again from NRG. This is their chance, James. This is a big chance. This is a big moment. The spotlight's on them to make the pick. Ooh, the boost. Let's have a look. Peter, you are a scoundrel, sir. But will you find that frag over the top of the smoke? X-Ray plays with my heart, James. Obviously, we cannot see, or rather, they cannot see what we can see, exactly. But Gobby will find actually a kill instead, elsewhere on the map, which we did not see. I'm sure it was compelling, though. It must surely have been compelling. I'm compelled.
It was compelling stuff, Dan. It was like watching an entire season of Poirot in 5 seconds.
Poirot is godlike. His moustache is amazing.
Well, look at Gobby's position. He's flanked the 2 CTs for Inye bomb site, but he's got one coming in from the back. Very patient spray by Gobby, and he'll take down Fallen as well. So it looks like NRG going to get their first round on the board here. Tacio is alone versus 5, so we're looking at a complete wipeout for the CT side. Tacio's got 10K though, so I mean, it's still early days, even though they've got money now. 10 rounds are yet to be finished, so that money will not last that long. So you'll have to be careful about what he does. Just playing patiently, hiding at the back of B, sees some Gobby, and he will be eliminated by said person.
Yeah, systematic destruction of Luminosity there. I like that. That's good. NRG finally showing some resistance here to good effect. And Luminosity have enough to just spur some. Well, actually, Tacio had close to 10K, but the rest of the teammates are very poor. So the buy looks really weird right now due to that fact. So we shall see if they can do much with little. that's the motto of my life, James. Do as much as you can with very little. And okay, wow, they're gonna get some aggressive frags here. They're just going in all over the place, and they're gonna be rewarded with 3 kills, with 3 for 1 essentially. That is a massive result. coldzera gets another one as well. Justin goes down, and before the T's can construct a round, it has been snatched from them. My goodness.
Damn, Luminosity in Clubber Lang mode.
In what? Sorry, can you please
Clubber Lang from Rocky. Clubber Lang,
What's
Mr.
Clubber
T.
Lang?
Have you seen Rocky?
Yeah.
Clubber Lang, he's Mr. T.
Oh,
His name's Clubber Lang.
really?
You know, he's like hitting on Rocky's wife, and he's what's his name? Rocky's trainer dies in that film and all that, and he's just mad disrespectful. He's going in there, doesn't give a monkey's that.
That's great.
Give a monkey.
I like that.
He's going in there, so he's taking charge. Ooh, Fallen gets shot in the foot. That's one of the again the common spots for an AWP on the CT side. And Peter is good at not just serving himself up to connector straight away and having good timing, looking around. So
I like watching Peter AWP.
yeah, he's a good player to watch and train on the T side actually, in terms of what to try and hit, what to try and avoid, and the timing around those decisions tends to not be too bad.
It's very British of you. It's not too bad.
I was waiting
It's not good.
to say that.
It's not bad. It's not too bad. What does that mean? What is with us Brits?
I had another reference actually to make on the lines of Clubber Lang, but not from Rocky. And I've now forgotten, which makes me sad. Fur has the second door, and we have more legs being hit. So they do have Fur. He's still at the back. Oh, Cold, completely blind, standing in the middle of nowhere, not knowing what's going on. There are flashes everywhere. Loads of CTs getting wrecked by the flashes at the moment. Although we are still in a 3 versus 3. Fur doesn't see the player on the bomb train. So many targets to try and find 4 frags coming in 2 seconds. And NRG get another round on the board. So things getting mighty expensive for Luminosity. And you can see the money is around 4 down to $2,000 now.
It's Quasi time.
$6 to $2,000.
Ready for the Quasi.
Or rather 2 to 6.
Are they actually full line?
What does Quasi mean, Dan?
Quasi means basically
No,
half.
I wasn't literally.
half
It was a
pipe.
rhetorical question because
Okay.
they bought up.
Yeah, they
completely.
full. Yeah, well, I didn't know that because you asked me legitimately a question.
Well, a rhetorical question could be construed as a legitimate question.
Usually, though, the point of it is that it's obvious. And it wasn't obvious.
I thought it was obvious because
you
you
said
must
it. That's
realise-
of course. That's why. Because you said it.
you must realise that I know what a quasi-buy is since you say it every single day.
Yeah, but maybe there's some viewers that may not know what that term is, and you're trying to ask me to elaborate. Like,
What's a quasi-buy, Dan?
why are you doing this?
Well, now I'm asking you normally.
Yeah, but
Instead of the rhetorical one, so now you can explain to any viewers who don't understand. I'm sure there are some.
Yeah, but we're in the round now. It's not time for this.
You are correct, Dan. Fur is on the CZ while the rest of his team have rifles. So Luminosity, despite having taken one of the T's and losing one of their own CTs, are at a disadvantage, which is exemplified now that...
Exemplified.
Amplified.
Well, exemplified works.
Yeah, I think. I wanted to say amplified, though. More appropriate. Now that the rest of the team are dead, basically.
Nice. You were talking about Paro earlier. I think if I was called into questioning with Paro, like in a room, just me, Paro, I would fold immediately against that moustache.
If you were called into questioning with an ape, I think you would fold, Dan.
Why?
Because I don't think you stand up to questioning. I think you'd be
Are
feeling
you
the
questioning
pressure.
my general constitution, not
If-
just my mental constitution?
If I put you in a
but
room
I would
with
just
an
be
ape,
physically intimidated by anything. Is that what you're saying?
if I put you in a room with an ape and it had a loose tie around his neck, I think you would just tell him all.
If it had a loose tie around its neck, I'd be like, I would generally be intimidated. Why is that tie around its neck? Did it do that himself? Does he have intelligence? What kind of intelligence is there?
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. The tie does it, and then you just spill all. You confess all your darkest secrets.
Maybe it's a man. It's a were monkey.
One can only imagine what Daniel Kapadia's darker secrets are. I don't even dare to imagine. My mind doesn't go that dark.
That's good. That's good because it means we can close the book there. We can no longer revisit that. It's a done deal. 6-3, Luminosity back on the eco. So again, Luminosity definitely being held accountable by NRG's individual plays, and that's generally going to be a saving grace for them. On top of that, of course, they do have some nice coordination strategy and so on. But I think that individual skill is what is most surprising, I think, for Luminosity to be up against. And ooh, first position is somewhat fantastic.
How has he done this?
Mr. Boombastic, one might say.
Is he going to go? The thing is, you can't really go for a knife because it takes so long for the Caesar to be ready.
Oh, James, this is so good. What is this? Oh my God!
Three,
oh my God!
Oh, he's done it! And ridiculous! And he's got the bomb, and LEGIJA gets shot in the face. What decision making from Fur with a CZ no less.
That's so
he does
stupid.
it in the other way round.
That's so stupid.
That is glorious.
Why does that happen? Why we live in a world where this is possible? What does that say?
I thought Peter almost did a 180. I thought he maybe almost saw him.
Oh my goodness.
God damn, the 4K. Was it at least a 4K from Fur?
It was, yeah, it was 4 kills. It was it was the 1-2 with the CZ, then a knife, then an AK frag. Why not? Of course, a knife is not enough to finish on. The fact that he even just got the knife as well is outrageous.
Fur going full Delta Force mode.
I just cannot believe
firing rockets from the motorbike.
What I have witnessed.
I need a moment to recover while this eco gets. I want to say disintegrated, but there's a better word.
Can you grow a mustache, James?
No, it looks terrible. It looks like bumpler.
So you couldn't, like, even with wax, get some Prero.
Didn't you see when people were stalking me on HLTV and they looked up my old work and found a picture of me?
Did you have a mustache?
I had, like, when I was, I don't know, earlier 20s, I had some just...
You say earlier 20s? You're not in the 20s anymore, James.
That's true.
Just want to call you out there.
I had just a terrible moustache.
You're practically dead, James.
Anyway,
you're in your 30s.
I'm practically dead, wow. There's an AWP onto both sides again. Peter's got no armor, however, and it's a fast play into the B bomb site. Fallen is having to go back towards Ivy, which he'll need to be paranoid, and that paranoia will cause him to die to Justin 3. Traded by FNX, however, 4 versus 4. The bomb isn't anywhere near the bomb train at the moment, but safe passage is now clear as FNX gets taken down in connector. We've got Fur moving over towards the back of the site, however. Stuck behind the smoke, so there is time to plant, and there are men to cover, as NRG have doubled the numbers of the CT side.
Plant anew. The bomb has been set upon the CTs. The task is up there for Cold and Fur to try to contest with. There's the first frag from Cole. He doesn't take much damage in response, but he's 1 versus 3. An A site retake on train. That is tough. I do not like Cold's chances here. I would run away immediately, but Cold, he is going to go for it. He's another frag. And now he's going to run away as well. There's nothing you can do in this situation. There's no time. Like
there isn't much.
The thing is, even with the increased bomb time, because one of the issues with that bomb site is just like the T's can be in so many different positions, and the problem is they can't just be in different positions. They can be incredibly close to you, but still be very hidden, and you still have to take very wide peeks to try and actually find their positions. And so then, if you're trying to like tap the bomb to bait them out of the position, even that's not actually good enough because it's so easy for them to just peek you. Takes them almost no time to do it. Then they can go behind these very, very safe positions again. So it's such an impossibility. And we'll see the Scar 20. The Scar reminds me of Lion King, the villain in Lion King. James, do you remember that movie?
It's interesting that he threw the HE. We'll get back to that. He threw the HE out instead of a flashbang, which kind of confused me. I suppose it makes sense if he thinks that T's are close, but if they're not close, then there's no flash for the MP9 to come in and put in work. Distinct disadvantage is found. And now Fallen is in a super weird spot. And
that's so amazing. Sorry, that's brilliant.
And he's just going to get wrecked.
I love that you just die in that spot. That's great. Good job from God B. They've picked up some rounds here. They got 5 rounds on the T side now after a pretty awful start. What are you going to say from Scar? What were you going to say about Scar from Lion King? It seemed like you had something to say.
No, I didn't actually have anything to say about that.
Okay. But you've seen Lion King at least.
I'm not even sure if I've watched Lion King. I don't think
you have not watched Lion King? What the hell, James?
I got other things to do. I got to write in my diary and stuff, you know.
Write in your diary.
Yeah.
Right in is that what you?
Not like a dear diary. I didn't mean that. I mean like appointments, you know, things.
Is that where your poetry goes as well, James?
I don't do poetry anymore. I retired from poetry.
Where's your poetry at? Is it on DeviantArt still? I bet it is.
You know what? I think I might have written some like trolly poetry.
All right, guys, on the internet. Please search for James's poetry on DeviantArt. Thank you.
I don't know if
This needs to see the light of day.
How many writing? There's no proper poetry on there.
I've written poetry as well.
Just me being
I just don't go on about it on stream.
You're the one who brought it up right now. There's an AWP onto Peter, and for FNX is down to the Mag 7. Fallen on the M4, no AWP for him. As the nade starts streaming into the sights. There is a FNX's close pop dog already with the Mag 7, so nobody's covering it, and he's coming up like Jaws, Dan. And he's in a paddling pool full of small children, and they're about to get wrecked. Surely, the meat shots, they still don't know where it's coming from, and now it's too late. 2 shots for him, the bomb as well, 3 versus 1. Peter has time and has the AWP, not the ape. So there is, there's something to do here. Bearing in mind the CTs, with the time on the clock, the CTs have a lot of places to cover. Upper B, lower B, connector, and the 2 back parts of B, like towards CT spawn. Although they won't be looking at those anytime soon. It will take Peter a long time to walk that way. So if he comes out and goes to the left, then he could take Cold down for free. Oh no, he's announced his position and he's been absolutely wrecked. 9-6, Luminosity will have the favor. FNX top fragging for his team. Kills are reasonably spread out on the CT side. I
do appreciate your imagery that you provided the audience there with the shark in a small paddling pool with children.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Although technically, if it was a paddling pool, then maybe the shark would essentially be beached. I don't know. Who has
I suppose it would
the advantage? The only way is to set up a simulation, Dan.
No. I'm beached. Well,
life is a beach, Dan.
Life.
What does that even mean?
Life is a beach. I guess. Well, I don't want to go into this right now. So we have the pistol round coming in from Luminosity and NRG, and Justin goes aggressively on Ali. He gets shut down though. Does have teammates too, in fact, to try to refrag, and they will refrag, but then their refraggers will be refragged by the opposition, which is Luminosity, upon which there will be more refrags. So much action towards the Ali side of the map at the moment, as it is 2 versus 2. Peter and GodB for the CT side of NRG looking to save the day, but GodB is going to fall. He's going to be dropped to the might of the Glocks as they march towards the B-bomb site. And Peter shall rotate. He has found himself a good avenue of assault towards the B-bomb site, but the positioning from the T's is somewhat remarkable.
Nice. This is what we need more of. Trust Luminosity to go for the smart bomb plant. Makes me sad every time I see a default. Well, let's see what Peter can do here. He does have a kit. He's going to hold it. The hero diffuser's coming in. Fallen is going to peak just in time. Maybe 2 seconds on the clock there. I respect it. Peter did the best he could, considering the situation.
Okay, James. So this is the thing, right? When you're in a situation as the T's are in, and you hear a defuse sound, in your head you should count the seconds, right? Because then you can say 1, 2, 3, and then with the 2 seconds left for the defuse, you can peek to see if they are holding or not, giving yourself the maximum amount, or the maximum amount of time, basically, to make the frag without giving yourself the risk. If you peek immediately, then that's just useless, isn't it? You just get shot in the face. But if you hold it for 3 seconds, you're likely going to know if they're going to commit or not.
Well, you have you're more likely to know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I want to see more hero diffusers from CTs, because it's pretty much standard to fake, especially in a 1 versus 1. But I think it's almost standard to not peek as a T in a 1 versus 1 on the first diffuse.
It also depends how much time has already gone on the bomb. That's the thing, because, for example, if you come off the bomb, you only have so many times that you can do that. And so if you can only do that once, then making sure that you maximize the time before your peak as a T player, to make sure that if you can kill them if they're holding it, and if they're not, you can peek back. Then you want to try to peek at the latest point possible to basically create a situation where they can't even defuse again, or don't have time to do so. I feel like in the grand scheme of things that the addition to the bomb clock and so on hasn't really changed too much.
It depends, because I think the time, there are so many variables which make the advantages or disadvantages situational in each instance that it's hard to measure.
Yeah.
Like you saw the retake from NIP on Dust 2, where they played it super slow on short recently. That was absolutely amazing. So you know, it gives help for things like that, but at the same time, it makes it harder for teams to fake effectively, and that might be a big problem. But then perhaps ultimately it adds more excitement because there's more chance of retakes.
Well, this is the funny thing, is that a lot more maps have become more T-sided, and so obviously Valve doing that does help the CTs a little bit. So that's quite funny, because when they made that change,
Probably coincidental as well.
No, exactly, because when they made that change, it was actually kind of at the point when everything started to become a little bit more T-sided.
Well, we've got 3 AWPs on the next buy round for both teams now. Fallen will have the one for Luminosity. NRG afforded double AWPs on their CT side, which I think they commonly used yesterday as well. There was I think it was Echo Fox who were only limited to 1 AWP for most of the few buy rounds that they had on their CT side, which was Mo over towards Ivy. And that did not have much effect because he wasn't engaged too often through Ivy itself. And again, obviously Peter has a more aggressive position towards Connector, so we will see how that plays out in the remainder of this match. So Gobby's under a lot of pressure here because Luminosity are charging in. Hasn't seen Fallen take up his position. Nice timing by Fallen. Now LEGIJA is coming in from the back, and Fallen's going to be blind. Got a teammate to support him, but LEGIJA does not commit.
Yeah, this is actually taking way too long to plant the bomb. CT's are already on the bomb site, and that's half the battle, is to, in the B site, get on the train yard as the TTs, and the Ts are restricted. They can't go back, they can't go forwards. There's the flank coming in. That flanking player in LEGIJA is very important. The flag, as I was trying to say, will be picked up. They pick up the flag and defuse the flag, James. The flag is being defused. But well played by NRG there to get the retake. And basically, the delay. This is the thing. When you're going for those B plays, the plant cannot be delayed because you need time to take the train yard. And in that instance as well, not only could they not take the train yard, there was a flank in from Secret as well and from Pop Dog. So they couldn't even go back, and they couldn't go forwards. They're just sitting there like ducks in the open.
So the 3 AWPs continue now in the same formation they were before. It seems that the Luminosity side have an early execute planned for the A bomb sites. Justin is playing pretty close with a teammate as well. And there we go, the nades come streaming in, and that's a really good smoke actually. It's going to cause a lot of problems for Luminosity, and they've spent most of their grenades, so you have to wonder if they're going to go for a risk here and maybe try and boost behind the smoke. They have 3 Molotovs, make that 2, and a flashbang, that's about it. LEGIJA trying to see what's going on here. He may find himself in a spot of trouble, or he could get 2-man sprayed down. He will be traded indeed. Doesn't find all the information, not sure if he saw the bomb. All the remaining Luminosity players here, Gobby and some teammates have a bit of a crossfire over towards A main. Justin is behind blue, as you can see there, so Luminosity have decisions to make. Moving towards Ivy now, you can hear, I think you can see that Justin could hear the run, and now silence over there with the AWP. Can Justin get the 2-man spray down? We've got flashes coming in, both sides are blind. Echo's coming in now, and Justin follows up in case Tacio goes for a re-peek. Unable to get him, but the man advantage is with NRG, and Luminosity are totally out of the map right now.
There are only 2 men to be on the road, James.
2 man on road.
2 man on road. Soon to be perhaps 1 man on road. Soon to be perhaps no man on the road. A sad tale. A modern tragedy. But Fallen is dropping some men's as well, and as well as Cold. 2 frags going in the way of Luminosity.
10
Fallen
seconds, though.
Trying to get the clutch going for his team, and as you mentioned, you know, he's obviously with the bomb being so far away, it's pretty much GG, but at least surviving and getting some extra damage in there is a bonus. The counter-terrorists will win, indeed. 12-8.
Yeah, and that's going to break the money for Luminosity. It was an expensive round for NRG as well, but of course they will be on the rebuy. We'll see what the limitations of their buy are. The limitations will be helmets. And looking at Luminosity coming out with the pistols, although they've got 3 deagles actually, so the helmets don't really matter so much. If they went for P250s, for example, or Tech 9s, then the 1-taps could be real. But now they are irrelevant. So again, this is a really nice spot to go for pre-fires with. Well, I mean, just to hold an angle with. But Luminosity, they dot their I's and cross their T's a lot more than other teams, and they will have that pop flash to push Peter off the angle there. Fur was an unlikely kill onto LEGIJA, and an MP9 picked up, which is perfect for him, because he lives in a house full of MP9s.
This is a little bit interesting, actually. Obviously, it's always dangerous when Fallen has an AWP. And potential pop flash set up there in B for the CT, the lone CT that's there. Got B. And what are Luminosity waiting for right now? They're waiting a lot of time. They're very spread out on the map. And here comes Cold. He's going to go down here. That smoke is filthy, James. It is disgusting. The one-ways, the gimmicks paying off here for NRG as we get the 3 versus 4. They're good in this round. 35 seconds left for Luminosity to make their entrance, and Fallen is missing shots. He cannot possibly afford to miss if there is hope to win the round, and he will be neutralized. MP9 being sprayed wildly there by Fur, as he and Taco will find a frag apiece. Perhaps, I was to say, perhaps Fur could have picked up the AWP there, but he's going to commit. 15 seconds. Taco needs to snap, but he instead will be snapped. That's a 12-9 there, but Luminosity, they are going to be able to potentially, I mean, they could actually buy this round, and they're going to do it. And with the tech, I guess 2 Tech 9s, and, or actually Galil and Tech 9, they can go for a very fast play should they choose to do so, towards the A or the B bomb site. I would assume that they're going to like start slow and then play fast. We'll have to see.
So, Luminosity, I would assume they're going towards B rather than Pop Dog because they've got nobody in main, I do believe. Although, now they've got, actually they do have Fur in main and somebody over to Pop, so the question is, are they going to perhaps show some presence over towards B and then rotate back into the A bomb site? They've got a bit of a crossfire going on, so there's only so far that the CTs can go over there. Let's see, we've got LEGIJA going down, actually. 3 players over towards B bomb site, but again, no committal. And now Luminosity is starting to creep into the A bomb site. Silent goes down as well, so most of the CT is going to be on the wrong side of the choke point. We've got Justin on the site. There's a flank coming in from God B, but can he get anywhere soon enough? He is far away, so it seems that NRG might be going for the safe here in this 5 versus 3.
Yeah, this is a rather odd situation. And unfortunate for NRG as well, considering that they're going to be in a spot now where Luminosity are going to start to retake control of the match, and they're already on map point. Well, again, not on map point, but sorry, they won the first map already, so they're already in a position where they can, you know, potentially take control of the map towards the later stages of the second half, which will be able to, you know, they'll be able to convert into a map win, which will be the best of 3 for them, and. Wins like this for Luminosity are very important because they basically have to win them because, you know, it's acceptable for Luminosity, let's say, to win against let's say another lose against another top tier NA team, let's say. NRG, I would say, kind of middle of the table, and for NRG, so for NRG, it's like a massively important result to pick up because a lot of other teams within their kind of band in the mid region probably aren't going to win against Luminosity, and in a vice versa, like Luminosity. Teams like Liquid probably won't lose to NRG, so they need to make sure that they win this match. It's very important for both of these teams early in the ECS. And we've got the AWP saved onto Peter, and I would love to see Peter go ham right now. Give me the ham, the Parma, the prosciutto, James.
Oh, LEGIJA is going to be harassing FNX down to 1 HP. He was very unlucky not to get away with an M4 there. So we've got some individual duels here against this eco. This could turn out to be problematic for Luminosity, but first going to get 2 kills and the third onto LEGIJA. No helmet for him. So that's going to change things significantly. Look at that shadow. I did not know that was an angle, but Peter will see it and he will pick up an AWP. Worst case scenario has been checked for the T side. And that's going to be hard to defend the bomb as this plant goes down. But once it does, maybe things will get a little bit easier for the T side. But again, FNX has a mere 1 HP. So it's Peter versus the rest of the world now. It's a bit of an improvement. Fallen just about gets away with it there. And FNX comes in from the back to take Peter down. 2 AWPs picked up for Luminosity. And they, again, are 2 rounds away from taking this 2-0.
Oh, yes, they are. Your mathematics, your arithmetic, James, as usual, is uncannily on point. And the double AWP on the T side comes into play. Cold and Fallen. And we have not forgotten about Cold's AWP play on Mirage against Liquid at the major. I don't think anyone will ever forget about that. It's madness. The unthinkable, unfathomable madness that it was Cold's jumping double on Mirage. But the first pick goes to NRG, who are definitely dealing with a lesser buy. And LEGIJA able to make things even worse for Luminosity. 3 versus 5 now. This is one of those situations where if you're Luminosity, you abandon any early round plans that you had. You need to convert somehow on map control. And I think a lot of teams in this position with no utility would likely go for B. And we're going to see that. The bomb needs to be collected on the way, but Luminosity trying to get in here. And it's not looking too good. Got B with the Mag 7. Will he get traded finally? Yes, he will, thanks to the AWP of Cold. 2 versus 2. It's possible now for Luminosity. The bomb.
Oh,
no.
Cold, please.
Wow, okay.
No respect. Yeah, that deserves a bell, definitely. Well, Justin has a nice angle, and I'm pretty sure the CTs knew where the bomb was. But do they know where the bomb is? Justin with a nice snap onto FNX's location. We'll keep NRG in it for now. The buy, though, is coming straight back out for Luminosity, and their buy will be superior to that of NRG, who had about 3,300 per person.
I just love the drop and just with the no scope. It's just like, no.
coldzera says no.
That is amazing. I love it. So 14-10, 2 rounds away, are Luminosity. Of course, if you are viewers who have watched Counter-Strike before, you're familiar with the format. And I shouldn't have to say that. But Luminosity able to get a trade in there. Peter, again, we've talked about how good he is on picks.
Where's God B? God B has gone for a flank already. And he is going to take third down. Super fast flank from the B bomb site. So Luminosity are getting fully wrecked right now. And that's going to be horrible for their money. You can see Fallen's only got 1,100 in the bank, taken down by the Mag 7. That's extra coin for LEGIJA as well. And NRG continue to climb to the 14 that Luminosity have.
It's getting weird now, isn't it? Because the economy is all topsy-turvy, and Luminosity have no security there. So if Luminosity actually want to win this map, they actually need to just string rounds together, obviously. They're not going to be able to just rely on having enough bank to just buy upon buy. They need to string rounds together to have money to do that. And NRG decided to take control of the economy. And this is sort of like the latest point in which they can do that and still have a chance to take this to map 3. That is an interesting Molotov, is it not?
It is. I don't know.
It feels somewhat needless, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of doing that with a Molotov is.
Yeah.
As opposed to a flashbang, of course.
I've never seen that before because it's entirely useless.
He's just styling and profiling.
Yeah, indeed. Which is fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I respect that.
Yeah,
He wants to see the Molotov soar.
He's confident.
Through the air.
He appreciates beauty, Dan.
Yeah. Do you?
I try to.
What was the last beautiful thing you saw?
My girlfriend.
When's her birthday?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Sometime towards November, I think.
Really? What will you do for her birthday?
I haven't decided. It's a long way away.
I'll get you some candles.
Not even sure what to say with you and your blasted candles at this point. Luminosity are back on the buy. You can see the grenades are limited on the side, but they have the big guns for the most part. The Galil still does better armor penetration than the FAMAS does, for example. So, as long as FNX is familiar with the spray control, that won't be too terrible a weapon for him. Got 2 players from Luminosity over towards Ivy. coldzera getting taken down, I believe, towards Popdog. And Godby is starting his fabled aggression on train once again. Godby and LEGIJA are the 2 Europeans looking to just cause yet more problems, not allowing Luminosity to dictate the pace, to do what they want. And neither is Peter. We've just got aggression all over the place. It's like a prison yard, Dan, with factions in each area. But one faction is taking over the whole yard, Dan.
Which one is that?
It's the NRG faction.
Okay, that's good that you said that. not the other possibilities. So 2 versus 4. And Luminosity again in disadvantage, gross disadvantage. And oh, God, B's coming in again from the back. This guy loves a good flank. Oh God, that's that moment where it's like, I'm going to execute. Oh God, better start spraying quickly. All right, this is going badly. But Gobby, of course, got the frag in the end, and that's what counts. And Luminosity needs to save one, perhaps Quasi, and then that means NRG likely on 14 rounds.
What is a quasi buy, Dan?
Quasi essentially means half, basically, kind of like the half buy. It's like it's not a buy. You're kind of buying, but it's not a full buy. You're not spending all your money. It's a half buy.
You're not purchasing at full capacity.
Yes.
But you are indeed purchasing at perhaps half capacity.
Yes.
Hence the half buy, hence the quasi buy. In order to save money for superior buys in further rounds, therefore it being an economical buy in the same family as an eco.
You know what, actually? No one's ever called it an eco buy before, but that actually makes a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're getting some frags. Just busting out into the yard. And Luminosity are looking to throw a novelty-sized wrench into the works. They're looking to flood the toilets, James. Oh my goodness, what is this? FNX, you are quite frankly offensive in the play of your Counter-Strike, sir. And we have the ult picked up by FNX, looking to get the bomb once again. And is that bomb down in, it's not down in, I don't, okay, so the information right now, the important information is if Gobby knows where the bomb is. It actually
he must
seems,
do, because he must have come from there, because he's playing B, and he keeps flanking.
Do you think that he knows where it is?
I think he knows where it is, and he's gone for a gamble that FNX is going to come from A to retrieve it. Because he's covering main, and he's covering pop. So the only other place FNX could come from is behind them.
But James is going to connector now. He's leaving the bomb entirely.
Indeed, because I suppose there is a risk that if FNX is indeed behind him, he could go down the ladder and keep him in the back.
Yeah, so he's basically, it seems like Gobby's completely understood the situation right now. Yeah, that was actually, you have to say that was perfectly played by Gobby, because as you say, if he does have the information, he did play that perfectly. And like he realized basically that enough time was elapsed at the point at which he had waited and then decided to move, that the T could have picked up the bomb if he had gone the other way around. And then he was going to be up on the approach to the B-bomb site for the plant. So very, very coolly played by Gobby, very smart.
Yeah, it seems that NRG have made this Luminosity's T side extremely uncomfortable for the Brazilians by not allowing them to do what they want to do by basically teaching them continued lessons. And there's another one. Fallen has been splattered to the floor, and LEGIJA has taken control of main. When do you see that on train? Not very often. And it's been abandoned by Luminosity. So Luminosity not being allowed to do what they want to do, and that has put NRG in a very strong position indeed. NRG not afraid to play aggressive despite being on the losing end of things.
The Cold will pick up a frag there, I think, 4 versus 4. Good damage coming in on the defense from Gobby. Once again, this guy has been absolutely pivotal in his side's success. But Taco, look how adamant he is to push down the yard. 2 versus 1. Silent will be discovered there. Quick frag from Silent. Needs to get the snap. Yes. Snap comes in. It's good. Silent will win the round for his team. And that's going to be a 15-14 scoreline. If we could just check the scoreboard, you can see the how incredibly crazy it is for NRG, because they've won rounds back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah, again, this is their map pick, and they are on the cusp of taking it over Luminosity, who looks good for a while, but again, NRG said, okay, we will set the pace, we will take what we want, and they've done it with continued success.
Was it 14-9?
I do not recall, Dan. I do not recall.
That's why I would like to see the scoreboard later on, but... Ooh, the spray in there. LEGIJA and Gobby will fall, James, and we might be going to overtime, because this is not a favourable situation for the CTs. If I could be so bold to say such a thing. Justin will be flashing himself in there, but he's going to go down. And this is 2 uppers left. Make that 1 upper left. 1 versus 4. And it does look like the score will be 15-15, which I do believe, James, means we're going to overtime.
Apparently it does. So NRG will be frustrated with that. But I mean, we saw the adjustments at the very last moment. Gobby was just flanking continuously for free. against Luminosity finally gets caught out and completely exposed. Luminosity take it to overtime.
MR3, $10,000.
Indeed.
What would you do with $10,000, James?
I would leave one at home and take 9,999 into America, Dan, because then I wouldn't need to declare it on the plane. And I could spend it. I don't know what
What would you
difference it
spend it
makes.
on?
Clothes that I find.
What kind of clothes?
I don't know. Jeans for tall people.
Tall people jeans.
I wouldn't spend all of it. Anyway, 15-15, it's max money for both sides, AWP for both sides. And again, Peter, always commonly holding that angle. I mean, especially in North America, it's going to be free to punish people who do not respect the fact that the CTs get there before the Ts get to team main. Luminosity going for a fast execute once again. Last time it did not work out for them. But this time there's less aggression from NRG up close. LEGIJA is up there alone. Last time I believe the CTs had somebody close to Pop Dog.
The flank. What is this God B guy about, James? He's always just getting in there. This is outrageous. Oh no, Luminosity, poor Luminosity. Oh no, the spray from God B. This guy has absolutely no respect. James, again, he just wins the round.
They're getting ruined. I mean, I thought that Luminosity had learned what was going on in the previous round, but if they expected that to deter God B and his flanks, it definitely didn't, and he continues to do so. Justin coming in for, I think, an Ivy flank as well. Unbelievable stuff. And considering how fast Luminosity played that round, to get taken down by Justin and Ivy, that's just very unlucky for them, I would say.
God B basically is pushing without info, more or less, because when he started this push, Luminosity hadn't gotten into yard just yet, basically, right? So if Luminosity play the same round, but they play more of a default, so they take inner first or try to catch aggression there, then they just kill him and win the round. Well, not win the round necessarily, but they stop that from happening, essentially. That's actually one of the reasons why teams do play passively, is to stop stuff like that, to catch early flanks and aggressions. So that would be a good response from Luminosity, but again, you know, the father of Brazilian Counter-Strike, Fallen, he's definitely a good in-game leader. He's very good at adaptation, because he understands the game well. Hopefully we're going to see an adaptation for him, because it would be a shame to see them lose in that manner. And Tacio, able to pick up a quick kill there. Traded dope by Peter.
I don't know why Silent had a Molotov out when he's holding the angle with an AWP. Like, the idea is, I don't know, you can't afford to do that. You've got no cover whatsoever. You've already lost control and vision of Ivy, so it's a gamble that he doesn't need to take there. Just hold the angle with the AWP if you're expecting to kill him from that angle, as Peter is doing so right now. That is the same angle as well.
Whoa.
So,
is this on, James?
Well, we'll see. There are just 2 people left now for Peter. He's picked up an M4. Fur is on the site, not going to spray through the smoke, and Peter will try to flash himself through. Is Fur going to get caught out? He hears the spray. Now the question is, where is the trade fragger? What nice parkour there by Fur.
Jeez, this is ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one way to end things. But again, I think that came tumbling down when Silent, he rotated back towards CT to pick up and hold an angle with his AWP, and then starts messing around with grenades when he can't afford to do that. I mean, he got smoked off from Ivy, so he has to expect that they could be close. So again, it was a gamble that really was unnecessary because he had the angle with the AWP. So I don't know what more he's expecting to do with the Molotov there. So Justin's going to get flashed in on long, it seems, or he's just going to creep and hold the angle, actually. And we may see more aggression from him later. Tacio is over towards Ivy as well, slowly advancing, extremely slowly. And he will get taken down as soon as he reveals himself to Justin. So Fallen will try and get revenge, and indeed he will. Through the wall, straight in the face. Nice answer from Fallen.
Yeah, that's pretty important, getting those refrags. And what a way to do it. Ooh, Silent. Oh, he's surely in for a kill here. Looking very strong, but he doesn't actually get the finishing blows. 3 HP for Fur. He is lucky. He's a lucky man to still be alive. Somewhat a miraculous survival, but now NRG just waits. They bide their time. They've more or less evacuated the A bomb site, to be honest. They've got 1 player by Pop Dog and 1 on the bomb train, more or less, and that's the defense for A. That's not actually that strong, and Luminosity are going to be waltzing into the setup that is a little bit stronger, and there you go. That's the reason. Peter's there with an AWP, connects the first shot. Peter is really the danger man, I would say, for NRG in these spots. Fallen, though, managing to get the trade. Oh, Fallen, you are something else. 3 frags now in this round. And again, he keeps saving them with this AWP. LEGIJA now with this unknown position in the A yard, looking to cause havoc. But how much madness can he cause? Looks like none, James. Looks like he's dead.
He does appear to be very dead, Dan. Silent soon to go as well, so it's a better half for Luminosity. Still unclear as to who might take it, but at least the T side is over for Luminosity, because that was quite a struggle for them. NRG were all over them. Luminosity had to basically play scared.
Yeah. But for Luminosity, it is a bit of a... They have breathing room right now. Getting 2 rounds out of 3 is good news, because I feel like, you know, they should think, okay, we can get 1 of the 3 rounds on the CT side. They're definitely going to feel confident. Fallen, talking about confidence, he has decided to go straight for the Scar. I'm going to force you to watch Lion King, James. I can't believe you've not watched Lion King.
I just don't need to.
How can you?
I've seen some of it, but again,
what is that?
Time and a place. Fallen's gone for the auto sniper, so Luminosity are pretty much all in here. coldzera on the AWP as well. Off to a great start is Cold. He will spot 2 players on his radar and move back into a more passive position, which is something I think normal time. I want to say it was Peter who could have done the same thing in this match, but that is an obscure reference at this point. So we will move on. So you can see Fur is playing over towards Ivy with the M4, which is, again, something that Echo Fox never did when they played Train yesterday, and I feel like they could have had some adjustment there. He does have Fallen in for support, but you know, it's Fallen who is rotating his position with the auto sniper, as opposed to just being stuck looking at 2 places around the Ivy position. Peter goes for a tag, doesn't really kill anyone there. And his team are moving into the A site now. Fallen is starting to fire off. Godby goes down. Justin goes down. So it could be match point here for Luminosity unless NRG can get some revenge back. They've still got a player dancing around in Ivy, and that's Silent. I think he spotted second play, went for a continuation spray, if you will. Just a man advantage now for the CTs. 28 seconds for the bomb to be planted by Peter. She will begin to do while Silent holds the angle. So FNX jumping out, he's going to get the frag for his team. So 3 versus 1, how much can Peter do? There's the first 1 versus 1, he can get another one on Fallen, but Taco will take him down from the side. Match point for Luminosity.
Yeah, that's a really big deal, obviously, for NRG to at least get the bomb plant. But Luminosity 1 away now. I do wonder if NRG are going to be able to sustain themselves here on their best map. I mean, NRG, they do impress me. Every time I watch them, I'm a little bit impressed, you know? Like, they always deliver a little bit more than I expect them to. I think you're probably the same there.
Who, Luminosity?
No, sorry, NRG. NRG.
Well, they seem to be on a path of improvement, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are into the overtime round 5. Got the AWP and the auto onto the CTs. Fallen's going to go for the pop flash towards Ivy. The bomb is headed in that direction as well. Very wide peek from Fur. Not sure if he saw the player that was close. He's going to smoke him off the angle. Sees a spray that will confirm the presence. So that is one serious choke point for NRG for the time being. The question is, do they spend time standing around there waiting for the smoke to go, or do they rotate the players?
That's indeed a good question. There's a bit of a standoff at the moment. Wow. This position for Fur is devious. Quite devious, quite cunning. And he's not really buying it just yet. They're going to try to flash through, and they don't expect it. Fur with the first frag. He needs to try to get himself out of the position. The smoke is there. As Silent was the only player. That was a single man setup. Just pop flash through, and he's going to get punished. 5 versus 4. That's going to initiate NRG into the A bomb side with some set smokes. The set piece is going to actually pan out right now for the team. Looks like so far it's not going to be good. 4 versus 2, 4 versus 1. Everything on the shoulders of LEGIJA to save the team. LEGIJA, Godby, these have been great players for the NRG side so far, but can he deliver? No, not in time. 3 players surviving, and it will be a victory in this best of 3 by Luminosity. As expected, 1916 though on NRG's map. So Yeah. I mean, despite losing, I would say respectable result from NRG, and I'm continually impressed by the potential and the results.
I really like NRG's performance on train. Despite losing the map, they gave so much pressure to Luminosity. And again, Luminosity, you could clearly see on Luminosity's CT side, on their T side, they were completely uncomfortable by the aggression and lack of respect shown by NRG. So many flanks in from God B. But then, to criticize Luminosity for a second, they never seemed to adjust apart from the last round of normal time, where they went for the push and tried to exploit God B. But apart from that, he just flanked them again and again and again and again. And it's good that he just continues to do that until it failed, and then did it some more. Because obviously you think, okay, you're going to punish God B for doing it in the last round of normal time. He's going to be conditioned now not to do that because he's been punished. But no, he's played the game long enough to expect them to expect that and then continue to punish them again. So despite losing 2-0, that was a nice play by NRG in those respects. So our next match is going to be a few hours from now. That's going to be Cloud9 versus Echo Fox. So we will be on a break until our final match of the evening. We will see you a bit later on for the last match.